Straight ahead on CCX News, from a Plymouth movie theater to a Golden Valley school, the stars align for an intergalactic experience. Plus, a unique shopping trip where kids are aided by a little law and order. But first, a show of support for an officer lost too soon. CCX News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. Brooklyn Park Police laid to rest one of their own on Friday.
Nearly 1,000 police officers made their way to Brooklyn Park for the funeral of Officer Andrew SUERTH, who died December 4th while on a family vacation in Colorado. Delane Cleveland joins us now with more. Delane?
Alex and Shannon, Officer SUERTH worked with the Brooklyn Park Police Department for 14 years. Over that time, he earned the nickname Big Andy because his fellow officers said he was like a big teddy bear who always had a smile on his face. But since his death, the department has not been the same.
It's just kind of quiet around the building. You know, there's normally a lot of laughter and joking around in the hallways, but nobody really knows what to say to each other right now. So hopefully today brings some closure for everybody.
Brooklyn Park Police Chief Craig Envelson spoke to us prior to the service, which took place at the Marriott Hotel in Brooklyn Park. An estimated 1,000 officers from across the state came to pay their respects. Outside of the hotel, an American flag was suspended between two fire trucks parked along Northland Drive. In addition to his work with Brooklyn Park, SUERTH worked on a couple of regional task forces and new officers from many other agencies, which is part of the reason for the large turnout today. But above all else, the officers came because there's a bond that's shared among law enforcement.
I think each profession has a different connectivity to it, but in policing, until you actually do that work, it's hard to explain it. So I think that's where that bond comes from, is we understand the difficulties that we each go through.
The chief also told me that 3 officers went out to Colorado to pick up his ashes. They returned yesterday and did a ceremony in the garage to honor Officer SUERTH's last visit to the police department. The officers then escorted his remains to his wife. SUERTH is survived by his wife, who is also a Brooklyn Park police officer, and 2 children ages 8 and 6. Shannon.
Thank you, Delane. In other news, Plymouth police are investigating a shooting off Highway 169 and Rockford Road. Officers were called around 8 Thursday night for a report of shots fired at a vehicle traveling westbound on Rockford Road. Police found a shell casing at the scene. The person shot, a 37-year-old man, drove home and later went to the hospital where he was treated for a minor injury to his wrist. Police do not think this was a random incident. However, they have little information about the vehicle, where the shots came from.
2 10-year-old Osseo boys are being recognized for their heroic actions. The boys and one other man received Outstanding Citizens Awards during a recent City Council meeting.
I want to congratulate you for being an outstanding citizen and coming forward and doing what's right and standing up for all of us here in town. I really appreciate it. Congratulations.
Last July, Sam and Luke Hennon were at a playground outside the Osseo Education Center when they heard a woman screaming for help. The elderly woman was riding a mobility scooter when she veered off the trail and got stuck in a gully. It was about 90 degrees that day, and the woman had been stuck for hours before the boys found her.
They ran over to her and knew that they couldn't help her themselves. They needed some help. And they actually ran all the way across the backside of the elementary school to a home who was having a garage sale, and grabbed some adults who then went over, got her onto her cart, got her some water.
The woman was okay thanks to the boys. The police chief says the woman might not be here if it weren't for them.
The newest firefighters to officially join the ranks in Plymouth include an IT project specialist, an art director, and a small business owner. Plymouth's fire chief says the 7 new paid-on-call firefighters bring a wide range of skills to the job. They've already completed a year of training before they were sworn in this week. It's a constant challenge for fire departments to find people willing to be a paid-on-call firefighter because of the sacrifice they must make.
We rely on people to respond when they're available, and they live by a pager, and when that pager goes off, if they're available, we expect them to come back, and we hope they come back. They might be at work, right? And then they're not able to drop things and come back.
Plymouth currently has 65 firefighters. 59 of those are paid on call. The fire department just hired another 10 recruits that will soon begin their year of training.
The energy force was high at the School of Engineering and Arts in Golden Valley.
The STEAM is skills. C-3PO loves the School of C. It's right in the name.
Alert all commands. C-3PO and a stormtrooper made a galactic landing inside the school hallways. No Darth Vader here. The only thing this duo had to battle was a flurry of students trying to take a picture with the Star Wars characters. As part of Star Wars Day, students and parents dressed up as their favorite characters. But the stormtrooper says today was not just about promoting the new movie.
It is so much fun to promote the science and technology, and Star Wars has done that for a lot of people. So I'm glad that we're able to bring that here where it is taught.
C-3PO and the Stormtrooper say they were pleased to have a friendly interaction after years of galactic civil war. And the Star Wars fun continues in Plymouth.
That's where the most dedicated Star Wars fans were for an advanced screening of the movie on Thursday night. Not so long ago, in a theater not so far away, Jedis, rebels, and a few droids gathered to be the first to see the latest Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi.
Because it looks really good.
Oh, we've always been anticipating it greatly since it was announced in the first place.
There's no doubt the Force is strong here.
You know, I saw the first one in '77 when I was about 3½, and I remember it vividly. It left a lasting impression, and it's stayed that way for my whole life.
No film even comes close to something like Star Wars because of the cult following. So it's just out there on its own island. It's literally like its own entity.
For theaters like family-owned Man Theaters,
so we're very happy as theater owners when Star Wars comes out.
A Star Wars movie is the perfect holiday gift, drawing in casual moviegoers and hardcore fans who will see the movie multiple times. Like Chris Henning, who expects to see it at least 3 times.
I know I'll be seeing it tonight, and I'll be seeing it on Saturday for sure, so that's 2 of the 3.
40 years after the first Star Wars movie came out, the story still resonates.
It has characters we can all identify with and that we've really learned to love.
Heroes and villains and, you know, just a classic story that everybody loves. So, you know, I think that's what draws everybody in. It's a great story.
And mark your calendars, the next Star Wars movie will be out in May, and it is about the early adventures of Han Solo and Chewbacca. And what you bet, they'll all be out there
They'll
again.
be there again, I bet.
Mark your calendars. Still ahead, kids and cops team up for a holiday shopping bonanza in Brooklyn Center.
Plus, later in sports, rivals Park Center and Osseo battle as the boys' swimming season kicks off.
But first, temperatures stay mild. The forecast shows 30s into the middle of next week. In Brooklyn Center, kids went on a shopping spree aided by a little law and order.
That's right. Cops joined kids on a shopping trip that wasn't about them. It was for others. Photojournalist Dustin Scholl went along for the ride.
Hi.
This is the second annual Shop with a Cop event for Brooklyn Center. It's a partnership with Brooklyn Center and Walmart. Based on a grant that Walmart provides for us. And we've got 24 kids this year, which is more than we had last year, which is great to hear. So we have a number of needy families, people in need in our community, and this is just one opportunity for the police department to work with our citizens and our young people and get them presents and help them along with, you know, furnishing some things for their family members, which is what it's really all about.
Necklace off our list.
Check.
Now we need socks, perfumes, and slippers.
The kids actually enjoy being able to have the capability of being able to pick out things for their siblings, their mom, their dads. It's just a great opportunity for them to give.
The heart one, the necklace right there?
Yeah. It's nice.
You like that?
Which one do you think she'd like the most?
And we got teddy bear, and then we got 2 things for him. So now we're gonna get a thing for him, and then we'll go back and get a thing for you.
Because they actually create the list with their family members, and all we're doing is helping them. And we're basically picking out those items alongside.
Are you ready?
Yay!
And that's the joy that they have, is they're actually giving something back to their family members.
Through the partnership with Walmart, the Brooklyn Center youth each received $100 to spend on their families. Still ahead, tips to survive the holidays the Lutheran way.
But first, it's a big boys hockey matchup as Wayzata takes on Benilde St. Margaret's. John Jacobson has the highlights next.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. After playing 4 games in 8 days to start the season, the Wayzata boys hockey team played its first game in 12 days Thursday night, hosting a Benilde St. Margaret's team playing its 4th game since last Friday. Wayzata on home ice for this one at Plymouth Ice Center. A Benilde turnover leads to a Wayzata goal early. Joel Matthews passes to Colin Schmidt. He scores in the backhander, and it's 1-0 Trojans just 93 seconds into the game. A few minutes later, it's Schmidt picking up an assist. He feeds the pass to Tommy Leeson. He scores, and it's 2-0 Wayzata just over 5 minutes in. Still in the first period, the Red Knights with another turnover in their own end. Jack Kimlinger will take it. They'll play it off the boards, and then he'll take it himself and beats the goalie on the short side with his shot. Trojans up 3-0 on the Red Knights after 1. Second period, Wayzata on a 5-on-3 power play. Tommy Bergslund takes the pass from Micah North, uses the screen to shoot. Number 14, Leeson, gets credit for the goal on the tip-in. Trojans are up 4-0. Sawyer Anderson faces just 12 shots all night, but stops them all for Wayzata. Luke Monty added a goal in the third period for Wayzata. They skate to a 5-0 win. The Trojans are now 2-2-1 on the season. Two teams that battled for the West Division title in Northwest Suburban Conference boys hockey last season met up in a good one in Brooklyn Park. Armstrong-Cooper visiting Totino-Grace. The Wings are down 2-1 in the second till Jack Gergen fires that laser in, and it's 2-2. But less than a minute later, Gavin LeMay breaks in, snaps a shot top corner. Eagles are back in front 3-2. Third period, AC on the power play. Carter Lucas with a shot that gets through. That ties it at 3. Gergen passes to Riley Enderle. He makes a nifty move and scores. Wings lead grows to 5-3. Gergen finishes the night with 2 goals and 3 assists. Ben Palmer, well, that wrist shot brings the Eagles back to within a goal, but that's it for the scoring. Armstrong-Cooper holds on, and they win it 5-4. 1 year after reaching the state tournament, the Maple Grove boys hockey team has a lot of new faces. The Crimson face a tough stretch of games that will tell a lot about this team. Maple Grove is 3-1-2 coming into the weekend. They were second at the CCX Turkey Trot Tournament at the Plymouth Ice Center Thanksgiving weekend. For the most part, the newcomers to varsity have stepped in and played pretty well.
They've done really well. They've been holding up for their own, get some guys scoring here, first varsity goal and everything like that. So they've been doing really well. They're going to be a big part for us this year.
I think they've made the adjustment, the jump. Again, the big step, I guess, from junior varsity to varsity or Bantam to varsity is really the speed of the game. And, we got a lot of great skaters in this program, testament to our coaching staff and our coaches throughout the program. And
the next 6 games are all against good opponents. Maple Grove faces Blaine Saturday and Elk River Tuesday in Northwest Suburban Conference play, followed by non-conference games against Holy Family, Grand Rapids, and Duluth Marshall before returning to league play against Centennial.
Yeah, I mean, these games are huge. We really got to just play together, and if we can beat these teams, I think we'll be fine in the long run. And
6 pretty solid teams, and we got to be ready to compete. So it's going to be a tremendous tough test for our boys.
Maple Grove hosts Blaine Saturday night at 7 o'clock. The Park Center Gymnastics team again had a lot of girls come out for the team this winter as they build toward a good season. The Pirates hosted a 3-team meet against Blaine and Andover. This is Park Center's Annika Lee on the uneven bars. She scores an 8.15 to lead Park Center on the event and finishes second in the meet. Alyssa Lance has the second best score on bars for Park Center. She records a score of 7.35. That's good for 5th place overall in the meet. To the balance beam now, and Rachel Dupont, a good routine for the Pirates. She gets the best score for PC with an 8.6. Good for 1st in the meet, just ahead of her teammate Lance. Lee is right behind with an 8.5. She also wins the all-around. Park Center just edged by Andover while beating Blaine. The Pirates score 129.275. Boys swimming season is getting started. 2 rivals met up in a dual meet to open the season. Park Center visiting Osseo in this one. And they're off in the 200 medley relay. Osseo's top team cruises to an easy win, anchored by Enrique Aragoni. And their time, 155.96, just under 9 seconds ahead of the runner-up team, also from Osseo. 200 freestyle, Lorenzo Mascarenas races to the victory. His winning time for the Orioles, 159.2. 200 IM also goes to Osseo in lane 1. Koi Pham well ahead of the field. He takes first place in a time of 2:11.35. Park Center gets a win in the 50 freestyle. Derek Dugas races to first in 24.92 seconds, but it's Osseo winning the meet over Park Center, 105-73. And that is all for sports. Alex and Shannon, back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Up next, those loony Lutherans reveal their secrets to getting on Santa's nice list.
We are talking, of course, about the latest show at the Plymouth Playhouse. We'll catch up with the cast and crew when we come back. And finally, those loony Lutherans are up to their antics again.
This time with a whole new Christmas show. Neil Persley has more in today's Weekend Showcase.
We are the Loony Lutheran ladies. We're loony, we're loony, we're loony, and we're Lutherans.
Ah, yes, they're back. Ginger Johnson, Lois Jensen, and Bella Anderson. The Loony Lutherans are in the Plymouth Playhouse with a brand new show.
The Loony Lutherans have a brand new holiday show called Hold the Lutefisk. It's beginning to smell a lot like Christmas.
Oh, Lutefisk, how fragrant your aroma. Oh, Lutefisk, you put me in a coma.
Greta Grosh plays Lois Jensen, the tall one and the MC of the bunch.
The Loonies were born out of the basement because the founding members, Dorian and Robbie Mancina, who couldn't be with us right now, and myself, we were all in the cast of Church Basement Ladies back in 2006.
Over here in grains and breads, now that would be your stuffing, your lefse, your Hawaiian roll, and for the Germans, beer.
Dorian Chalmers is Ginger Johnson, helping us all eat the Lutheran way during the holidays.
Well, we do have some other foods that we eat during the holidays. So this is specifically about holiday foods like Swedish meatballs and lutefisk and the different kinds of pies we have, all that kind of fun stuff. So everybody will be able to identify with it.
And as you can see, all roads lead to hot dish.
The adorable trio will joke, wiggle, and sing you into the holiday spirit. For Weekend Showcase from the Plymouth Playhouse, Neil Persley, CCX News.
The Loony Lutherans and Hold the Lutefisk runs through Saturday, December 23rd. For tickets, visit PlymouthPlayhouse.com.
And that does it for us. Have a great weekend.